very well in terms of sort of getting on the exchanges. I don't know if you announced your community yet, but you've sort of delayed the Bitmart listing for a better market. Is that right? Have you announced that
Yeah,
yet?
yeah. No, I haven't announced it yet. That's actually one of the news I would like to bring, and it's actually for a good purpose. It's because also it has to do with timing as well as with the developments of our game and our ecosystem. We have our demo for VIP that's coming out around the end of August, and because a lot of people are also in holidays maybe during this period, and the market, especially for alts, is lagging a little bit, I would say. We feel that for all these reasons, it's best to make our second exchange listing after the holidays, and soon after more will follow. So this is the main reason. Everything works really well in terms of development, in terms of our first listing. We have great volume and things looking very, very nice.
Yeah, yeah. I just want to sort of recap. Obviously, I am helping Andronicus with the listing. So a lot of the exchanges are ready to list. I know he's got five. If you want to count all the little ones listing, six or seven. I think it's a good idea him waiting a little bit. MX is great. It's good enough volume, but there are some bigger listings coming for him and the team. And then just to clarify again, I'm actually here visiting Andronicus now, which is weird because I'm doing video with him downstairs, and I'm going to try out the new racing wheel. Is that right, Andronicus? You've got the setup downstairs
Yes,
ready to go.
yes. It's unfortunate I cannot take my camera because it's on my workstation and walk around to the studio to see the setup. It's a very, very nice setup and has force feedback, triple screen monitors, and everything. So absolutely, Jamie, you can definitely give a try and see how good you can be on the sim.
So I mean, as we know, everyone tried it out at Volcon. It was probably the most successful booth there. How are things going on the development front? I know the NFT marketplace is doing well. The tracks are selling
Yeah.
out. The cars selling out. How are things going on the
All
game
right.
development side?
Yes. Let's see if I can share my screen. I think it'll be nice to share my screen as well to show some of the stuff. Okay. Yeah, I think the screen is shared. So yeah, this is our NFT marketplace, and it's actually a true CGI asset marketplace, to be honest, which means that all these assets that you see here, now, meaning about the cars and the race maps, not about the girls, is something else that we can discuss down the road, are in-game car assets and race maps where you can actually own them, customize them, and eventually race them inside the game. So it went really well. A lot of people fancy these powerful cars, and some of them are sold out, and you can see some exotic vehicles are sold out. So things looking great. There's a lot of work behind each vehicle, and I would like to show you something which it may be it's a little bit spoiler, but I think it's worth sharing to you. So I'm not sure if you can see my screen quite well. Let me,
Yep, you can.
yeah, 1 minute. Let me uh, share my entire screen so you can see a little bit better. Yeah, okay. 1 minute. So, okay. Okay. So I think now you can see my screen. So
Oh,
the
cool.
reason
Yeah.
I bringing that in front of you is to understand that behind this, can you see the screen or not?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
See a folder up.
You see the cars, you see the modeling of the cars and all that stuff.
We see a folder with files in. You haven't clicked on any files
All
yet.
right, let me open it again. Screen recording. Yeah, I think now you can.
Yeah, nice.
No?
Yeah, we can see it. Yep.
Yeah, you can see the different images of the cars as it models.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is the reason I'm spending a little bit of time on that is to understand that these are not just images, actual in-game assets, and we're making every detail from the interior. I don't know if it shows now live on the video the interior of the pictures of the models and the
Yeah.
detail. So yeah, it shows, Jamie.
Yes, yeah, it does, yeah.
Yeah, so all these cars that you see in the marketplace, they actually have all these details. Right now it's just an image, but very soon it will be part of your actual in-game assets. You can drive them, you can be inside, look at them with VR, and of course they will carry independent car physics. So that's, I believe, it's quite important for the community to know, because they will actually experience different car racing dynamics depending the vehicle they buy. So
So on each NFT they buy, they get access to the whole 3D model, correct? And they can sort of do. I know you've got like a walk around, a VR walk around, air sort of wind tunnel, that kind of stuff.
yeah, exactly. You're true owners, like real life. When you buy a car in real life, it's yours. You can paint it, you can change the rim, you can take it to a different location. So we're actually doing the same. And the best part of being an NFT owner is that when you're racing with that car, obviously your earnings will be in RC and you'll have tangible rewards. And that particular car can also be rented or resell. You can resell it to any other user down the road. And as you upgrading it, it actually carries all these upgrades because of the latest NFT backpack that we're using. So yeah, there's a lot more to say. I think a lot of things we haven't really analyzed so far, but definitely you know the, the thinking is there. We have planned the assets quite well uh, in order for the experience to be very smooth down the road.
And I know obviously probably, but people are most excited to know where you are with the game and when they can start racing them. And I
Yeah.
know we're sort of starting with I don't know if it was AI races first. I haven't seen your roadmap, but
Yes.
it's can you share anything with us? Maybe some
Sure.
visuals, maybe some sort of teasers,
Sure.
perhaps.
We will not share visuals today or in the next 1 or 2 weeks, because we're planning end of August to have a VIP demo, which people can enjoy, especially our VIP group. And it will have racetrack, of course, the car, and it will be similar to the London event we did in with Vulcan 4, which they can start driving it and see how good the graphics are and the car behaves. And down the road, of course, there will be more cars and more racetracks. The AI, we are planning AI racing. We're planning to have it as a second, let's say, delivery. First, we want to prioritize multiplayer racing, because I feel honestly, and I believe people will have more fun racing against each other at the beginning, especially
Yeah. Well, if you go to
comparing
multiplayer
your
first, I mean
cars.
that's the oh,
Yeah,
if you can go to multiplayer before AI, then you pretty much set it. I mean, if it looks anything like it does in London, I know it does already,
yeah,
and I'm going to come downstairs in a minute and play it. Then you're set. I mean, I know GameFi is taking a hit in general over the last few months, but honestly, if you can deliver like a fraction of what you delivered at London, then I think this is going to be the one of the most successful GameFi games out there.
yeah.
One thing I'm personally interested in, I know some of the community are, is how the I don't want to say the word betting, just in case that's not the word you want to use, but how the RC pools is going to work and you set up the races. So let's say August, you've got your VIP access to it. People have got their NFT cars. I've got my Ferrari. You've got your Bugatti, whatever. How's the RC token incorporated into that in terms of
Right.
like
Of
the
course,
pools?
at the beginning, we want to make it more to be enjoyable and to get feedback from our VIP members at the beginning, and then, of course, from we will invite some other users. So at the beginning, we don't want to prioritize the betting or let's say, the competing asset in terms of aspect, in terms of actual RC tokens, but down the road, it will be either a direct challenge request, which means I'm challenging you in that racetrack, 5 laps, a one-on-one race, or could be special events, let's say daily races. Those that are familiar with Gran Turismo game, it has daily races which you can participate every 15 or 30 minutes, and there's a small entry fee, and basically based on your result, you have some rewards, obviously in RC. So we will follow a similar kind of route to start with, and then down the road, of course, once we have more develop more of the game and there are more users, then we can have outside betting, visitor betting, and much more. Like in real life, now you can go online and bet on a Formula One event, if Hamilton will win and who's going to be first, second, or third. So all that stuff will happen. Of course, we want first to focus on the actual game to be fun and really nice and with stunning graphics that I believe we're already showing that we deliver. So yeah.
And one thing because obviously we've got our own projects we're sort of tracking a lot on. I notice you have the racetrack shares going on.
Yeah.
Could maybe some of our audience who don't know how that works, could you let us know what that's all about? And I know people are buying. Yeah, okay, you got
Sure.
a thing,
Yeah,
great.
the racetrack actually it's something unique that I believe no other racing game has offered before. And the whole idea came of, I mean, we are creating a game now. It's quite centralized. We're creating all the assets and we're creating the race maps and all that stuff. But it's very nice and to spread the game to, to a very big community, that centralized ownership to start becoming decentralized by owning percentage of a racetrack, let's say owning a percentage of Monaco or something like that, then every user who comes to buy the racetrack just to participate and to race, or betting involved, or any monetization from billboards, advertisements down the road, I can only imagine the billboards that will be there. All that money that will flow inside each racetrack will be distributed to the shareholders. So in a way, you're becoming an owner of the racetrack, like in real life. We're just doing it in a digital form. And talking about how detailed we're doing it, we're actually having about 1 centimeter detail. Detail. So every 1 centimeter is actually quite accurate in terms of elevation, slope, and all that aspects. And we're doing that from purchasing some DEM data, very high detailed DEM data, which are showing the elevations of each racetrack, and along with a lot of photos and a lot of actual work, we're able to clone, let's say, the real Monaco, Monza, Spa, Nürburgring, whatever racetrack it is, Silverstone, in a virtual space.
So if, for example, it gets really, really busy, those that own part of the Monaco racetrack and a lot of sort of betting and sort of money flows in there, that's where it's going to kick off. I
Yeah.
suppose because I know I think you already did a sale of the Monaco racetrack already, and that's sold out.
Yeah,
When's the next?
Yeah, not only Monaco. Of course, Monaco takes more of the attention because of the glamorous aspect of it. It involves, the yachts, all the millionaires, and all that stuff. But also, it was Red Bull that was sold out, and Belgium Spa, which for me it's my favorite racetrack, to be honest, as a racer. So all these are sold out, but not fully. What we are making in order to give the opportunity to the new users that coming every 1 month we are releasing 10% of the racetrack with a little bit lower discount rate. So first month 50% discount, the first 10% of shares, and every month it's a minus 5% discount. So 45%, 40, 35, etc. And another racetrack we will have on the 1st of August, which is going to be Monza with a 50% discount. And this is how it's going to continue the development as well as, let's say, the allocation of the racetracks, if you want to say it like that.
I've just realised that there's some questions coming in on the side. I didn't even realise from the community. So,
Sure.
can we use Vulcan 11 for betting? So Vulcan 11 is our fantasy sports app. So yeah, of course, I think it's a great use case for it. If anyone's got any questions, do put it in there. So the circuit shares is obviously, as Pegasus points out, is mind blowing. I mean, I remember you talking about it, and now actually have a full grasp of what you're doing there. I think that's probably one of the best features you've got coming. And you've still got you've got customization, haven't you? So people can sort of pay in RC to kind of get their own car made,
Yes,
right?
absolutely. There is the customization option. Actually, we kind of limiting it. We don't want to flood the market and our game with every single car to be customized in terms of a customized order. But like you see here, for example, this is a new Ford Mustang, the latest 2025 model, and we are creating a version which is especially for our game, has all the details. You can see I can even start deleting stuff. Hopefully it shows now on the live stream, and you can see the detail and everything, how we're working on bringing super high class, let's say, detailing to those car enthusiasts. So car customization, it happens. It still can be, let's say, applied in some cases, but our NFT marketplace, I believe it has more than enough cars, and we will have much more in the near future to feed every person. I think that is in love with cars and in general racing.
Yeah, and as Pegasus just pointed out as well, I guess the more inflows for RC, just the better for everyone, because there's a lot of burn going on, a lot of transactions. And he just pointed out, what about repair costs? Are you including repair costs from racing in the game? And if they are they paid in RC?
Yeah, well, we definitely don't want to make it mega expensive to have fun and race with Rebel cars, because that, I believe, will block a lot of users. So we will have some additional upgrades like racing fuel, some super, let's say, super slick tires or stuff like that. They will add a little bit of extra power and performance to your car, but we don't want, if you crash your car, to automatically you need to pay all the time. I understand that mechanism can help in terms of reducing the RC tokens. However, we don't want to make it, make it very expensive and then have limited amount of users. So yeah, we will discuss about the damage. I don't think it's good to implement it and be too strict like in real life.
Yeah, and I think the main sort of the two sort of priorities right now is, one, getting exposure for Rebel Cars, because what you don't want to do is make this incredible game and you've got just like 10 users from the crypto community. And I think you branching out into the Web2 space, allowing fiat payments, I think is key. Getting a functional multiplayer race is important. I know I can tell everyone, at the back end, we're doing all we can to get RC the exposure at once. With exchanges, we've got a lot of influencers who are actually ready and invested in RC, which will pull the trigger when I think the market's recovered enough. I mean, as I said before, GameFi is suffering across the board. Vulcan Forge, Peer, has got, we've got our own sort of dip as it is. I mean, there are companies like Gala which are doing far worse than we are. So let's have a look. So here are some questions from Pyrian. Something about pit girls. Can you dress and style? Is there a pit girl editor coming?
Okay. Yeah. Well, Pit Girl started as more as a fun idea at the beginning. It was about 2 months ago, and then we felt that it added a little bit of extra flavor to the game. After all, it is a car racing game. Mostly, it's males that are attracted to cars and to racing. And of course, girls have a little bit of an extra, influence or whatever. It gives a little bit of a special feeling to the game. So, but this is okay and it's fun and all that, but we're still very serious on a car racing game. So the Pit Girls will be actual meta-humans. That is what we want to do. And for today, I have a video I'd like to show you what we're thinking and what we believe it's correct to do in order to feel that it's actually your girl or your virtual companion, however you want to call it. So let me show you a video to understand where we want to take it, because I think that is quite important. A lot of people might not understand this today, but it will be extremely powerful once we...
I could be one of many.
I don't know if you can see my screen. So this is done in Unreal Engine and is with MetaHumans and...
hey, these are AI.
Yeah, this is CGI combined with AI in order for emotions and all that stuff. So what we want to do and it's because we have done this for Hollywood movies, as you know, Jamie. We have worked 20 years in very famous clients, and we have delivered such results. But now we need to do it for our game. So we're creating digital clones
You
of those
create the
big
narrative.
girls, which they will take data from your driving,
am
from your
metahuman.
performance, from whatever you want, whatever you want to allow. Even kind of connect your phone and know where you are in a way, if you want to go to that extreme level, and message you, about the racing and be part of your life. So this is a little bit too extreme because our racing game is a priority, but eventually this is what I would like to see. I'm driving my car and it's a virtual girl next to me and I can drive it around, or after I can see her at the pits and cheer me up or be upset if I made some silly stuff in the racetrack or whatever.
That's crazy. That's
So,
unbelievable. Man, that's
it
just
is,
like a
yeah.
charging.
Yeah.
And just, the whole pit girl human thing is actually like a bit of a side thing anyway to the cars. So it's probably second in the priorities, I would have thought, after the racing
Yes, of course.
comes.
Yes.
I just want to get through some of these questions before I lose and going backwards. One of the questions that I think is important is I know you're allowing USDT and credit card for a lot of the sales, which I think is great because obviously it allows the Web2
Credit
community
card
to
is not
come
yet
in.
available. USDT it is on Elysium, yeah.
Okay, and are you going to be obviously using a percentage of that to buy back the RC token? Because obviously RC token holders, want to see buying pressure on the
Yeah,
token. So I
100%.
presume.
Yes, of course. We really want to make sure that we're very strong in the RC. How we're holding it, how we're using it. Of course, when the game is out, all these tokens need to be for rewards, for upgrading cars, for all that stuff. So every single RC, we're taking care of it as it's gold. That is maybe a good way to explain it, how I feel about it.
Super. And someone's asked about licensing. Now, I obviously know a lot more than others do, and the community does. I know you've got enormous announcements coming regarding licensing. So I
Yes.
won't say anything on this stream, but I do want people to know that there's a lot of stuff that Andronicus wants to announce and can announce, from licensing to exchanges to all sorts of coverage. But I know he's waiting for the right time to do that. That's probably all I can say on that, really, isn't it, at this point?
Correct. It's a sensitive topic, which it's better to announce, maybe in a few months' time. But one thing I can assure that we're in very good shape, and that's all I can say. Otherwise, we wouldn't.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So really, the next sort of big I know the NFT marketplace is looking incredible and it's working incredible. I know it's selling out. So the next real sort of milestone for people to look forward to is August, the alpha for VIPs.
Around the end of August, I will say. I don't want to be a specific date, even though I'm testing it. Even tomorrow, I'll test another version. Myself, I really like to test drive this, the physics and all the cars and compare with the best racing games out there. So I want to make sure that we deliver something which we're very proud of. So it will be around the end of August. If it comes a little bit earlier, it's a plus, but I don't want to be a specific date yet until I'm very happy with the way the car drives.
Nice. And just sort of reiterate, I'm here now. So I might even get a video of myself downstairs trying the game in its latest form, guys. Someone said, do we do different contracts? Andrew, is staking part of the future plans? How the staking mechanism?
Yes, but we need, of course, to decide how and all that terms, and to always think of you guys and how can benefit from that, from staking. So expect some news, some announcement regarding staking in the near future.
Great. And Scott asks, there's a massive opportunity to hit Facebook groups and YouTubers by reaching out and building their own cars, getting some bigger names, having their own branded cars on there. He's thinking Matt Armstrong, Shmi, Yanamize. I don't know who these people are, so I assume they're just sort of YouTube names. But I think that's key. Is I think once the sort of users start snowballing and people start customizing their own cars into the game, then you're just set, really, aren't you?
Yes, absolutely. I would like to show you one extra video regarding that. I don't know how much more time we have, but I think it's important to show how the cars will look when you are actually be able to customize them. So let me share my screen and open that. Give me a minute. Okay. Yeah, you can see. Is it showing, Jamie? Yeah?
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah.
Right. So basically, this is how you will be able to walk around the pits and see your cars as well as competitors' cars, and imagine the possibilities for advertising for YouTubers, influencers, even exchanges down the road. Maybe it will be, and we have some discussions with some of them. They all have already requested for their private special cars. So yeah, I think that it's so much that we're working on, and we're actually doing also um, 4 racetracks at the same time. It's crazy the amount of work that is happening, but it's very very fun. For me, it's every day is amazing working in this project.
This is the garage,
Yes.
where you can keep your car, right?
Yes, this is a pit. This is your pit garage. It's before racing. You can walk around and see the others that will participate, and you can even align your cars for showcasing them to users. So if I'm a user and I would like to see your cars, Jamie, I can click on your profile, and if you allow visibility, I can go and walk around your cars and see how what cars you have and all that stuff. And then I can even request from you to purchase it or rent it from you. And the good thing is I cannot crash it. Even if I crash it, you'll still have the same car back.
Yeah, it's for real. It's unbelievable, man. I mean, I know everyone knows that like graphics and how it looks is no one's worried about that. People just, I think it's everyone's responsibility, not just yours and mine, as the community, to once we get this game out in alpha, to really spread the word. I mean, just looking at this is just absolutely, there isn't a game out there in Web3, certainly not, which looks like this. And I know rentals. Someone was asking about rentals. I think that's an enormous market of the game. For example, if you own a Bugatti, whatever, being able to rent that out, because people weren't sure if rentals are a part of it, but you can confirm that it is. Correct?
Yes, yes, and an extra element which adds to the profitability, let's say, of being an NFT owner is that if you buy one of those cars that, let's say, they are rare, 1 out of 10, 1 out of 50, then every Web2 user who's purchasing these cars, the money are distributed based on the owners, from the pool of the owners of these cars. So, if you own 1 out of 10 and 10,000 people start buying this car, we're talking about million of users. Gran Turismo has 90 million active players. So
90 million.
yes,
Whoa.
so it's crazy. So let's say, I don't know, maybe a 10%. I think I don't want to do
Yeah,
any estimates or anything, but we have the best
yeah.
graphics or equally good.
No,
And
I know. The potential of this is just so enormous. I mean, as I said, I mean, we've played the game in London, we've seen the graphics, everyone's met you. Yeah, I mean, everything is just lined up for this to be one of the biggest games in the next GameFi cycle. Yeah, really incredible, and people are getting very excited in the chats. Obviously, someone said, I think I heard there's a way to use shared graphics, so I don't need to buy a 10K computer to play.
no,
Is that something to
you don't
see?
need to buy a 10K computer, but
I don't know if that's or
you
not.
need a decent computer. I would say like a 1K will be. By the way, in London, we had a laptop, and it was um,
Right.
$1,300 laptop, and we did that on purpose to show to the people that look, our game is you can play it on a laptop, and it wasn't a crazy one. So that's a proof that the game is playable with a decent computer. We do, however, will offer, but this will be a paid service, pixel streaming service for those who want to play it from their web browser or from their smartphone devices. But this will come with a subscription or a daily or a monthly fee or something like that. But if you're in vacations, you have your tablet and you want to play around and doing this stuff without carrying our workstation or something like that, you can do that, and it will be not a very expensive or costly option for those who cannot afford or don't want to buy an expensive computer, which again, it's not necessarily. You can play it with a normal computer.
No, exactly. And we saw in London it was a laptop. I mean,
Yes.
look, everyone's rooting for you. I think I personally I know what a gem this is in terms of like we're very lucky to have you on Elysium. I know people at Hold RC are incredibly bullish on where it's going. You're moving at a fast pace. The graphics are insane, and once August comes out, I really want the community to really help spread the word for you. And why don't we check in again in a couple of weeks to see how you're doing? If anyone hasn't joined the Rebel Cars Discord, do that. I think a lot of the people have crossed over from there and here. It looks insane. I'm going to go downstairs now and try it out, and I'll report back. Have you got anything else you want to share with the community or update us with before we wrap it up?
I feel just now, okay, in the 1st of August, we're releasing Monza. This is something that maybe only 10% with a 50% discount. So that last 3 tracks were sold out in 1 hour or so. So that is, and some very high-end cars, amazing cars. Just for the sake of video, I can do a little spoiler of few cars that we will have, but I don't know if I should though, because maybe. But also just one car, I think. So let me show you this one. So this is a custom car we've made, full CGI, and it's actually it's an existing car. It's called Alpine, but this is a tuned version we made, and it's on hydrogen, V10 hydrogen, and it's going to be on the marketplace on the 1st of August, along with Monza and a few other extra cars. And again, Bitmart listing we're delaying for a good purpose for September. So yeah, that's all. Super, thank you.
Nice. Looks insane. It looks brilliant.
you.
All right then, buddy. Yeah, everyone loves it. I mean, how can they not? I think that was set. And I think before Volcon, everyone was a little bit like, oh, this is only graphics, only graphics. Then people have seen the actual game and how it's coming. And we'll all do our best to sort of market it. And all right then. Good to see you.
Thank you all.
And I'll come downstairs to see you.
Yeah.
All right then.
Take care.
Andronicus, take care now. Bye-bye.